Hey guys, I'm Ava and let's talk about Pokemon. So today we're going to be talking about 5 ways that you can save money buying Pokemon cards, whether it's online or in person. So these ways, I never like to say things are guaranteed on my channel, but some of these are pretty much guaranteed unless you're really irresponsible somehow. So we'll get into that more, but I'd also like to thank Buyee for sponsoring this video. I can't believe it. My first ever sponsorship, guys. Honestly, I'm as shocked, if not more, than you guys that I was able to get a sponsorship from Buyee, because you know how much I rant about them on my channel. But we'll talk more about that later. But going into the first tip, this one applies to online shopping. This is of course going to be choosing the right shipping address. So for me, I live in Chicago right now and sales tax is over 10% here, which is absolutely insane. But my family lives in Wisconsin and I go back there super regularly. And the sales tax there is only around 5%. So you save 5% just by choosing that different shipping address. So if you have friends or family who aren't gonna be annoyed if you have things delivered there, don't bother people, obviously. But if you live in an area with high sales tax and you can conveniently ship them elsewhere, that's a great way to save money. I save 5% automatically that I would otherwise have to pay every time I ship things to my parents' house. And that really adds up, especially when you're spending like hundreds and hundreds of dollars on trading cards all the time. So that's a super easy tip for you to save some money doing that. Also, keep watching to the end because honestly, that tip I think is so good. You can save as much as 10% with basically no extra work, which is really awesome. So the next tip I want to talk about is buying in bulk. This one is super obvious, but if you're buying things from a seller on eBay or something like that, message them, see if they'll give you a deal. Anytime someone messages me when I'm selling cards and they want to buy multiple, I'm happy to give them a deal because it saves the seller on shipping. So you should keep that in mind. You could at least ask, for a discount based off of the cost of shipping that they're saving. It also saves them time and they can get more money quickly. So more often than not, I found that sellers are super open to giving you a deal. If you're willing to buy multiple items, it never hurts to ask. Worst case, they say no and you just pay the full price. And now let's take a little interlude to talk about our sponsor. We can call this tip 2.5 because if you like to buy a lot of Japanese cards, I like to buy a lot of Japanese exclusive cards because they just make me so happy. I love having things that you don't see on a day-to-day basis. You can buy cards through Buyee and that's gonna save you a lot. Buyee is a service that lets you buy pretty much anything from Japan and they'll have it delivered to their warehouse and then just shipped to you. And their fees are like so cheap, especially when you're spending, like hundreds of dollars on cards like I am. You save so much money doing this, and we all know that I've used Buyee a lot on my channel. I did a live stream where I was literally just shopping on Buyee for a couple hours. And so honestly, this is like the perfect sponsor for this channel. But also to save money, they're giving me a 2,000 yen coupon for you guys to use, which is gonna be in the link in the description. Really recommend using it. I don't get anything from it, but you guys are able to save some money doing that. 2,000 yen is about $20 for reference, which is actually a really good discount. I like to use Buyee to buy cards, but I've also used it to buy figures, one of which is actually right behind me, and another, and another, and another. Love buying things through there. I'm also just gonna include a list of keywords that you might wanna use when you're searching on there, just that you can copy and paste them in the search bar. These are things that I use a lot and that I have just kind of accumulated over time as I'm shopping on Mercari for Japanese cards. So that will definitely make your life a lot easier. So it's really a great way to save some money buying Japanese cards because obviously you're gonna have to pay a fee when you're buying on eBay because, there's a little bit more work going into that. They've been like imported into the country already, and we've talked about this before on my channel, but by putting in a little extra effort, you're usually gonna be able to save money just because there's kind of that finder's fee, or in this case, like a savings, if you will. So it's a really great way to save some money on Japanese cards. And I have some things I'm so excited about, and we're gonna do a return video also when I get them back, like I did recently. So I wanna quickly show you guys an example of me buying something from Buyee, just so you can see kind of how easy it is. So the card we're looking for is a Japanese exclusive Mew promo card. So we're just gonna search for that really quickly. This is of course just its identifier. So you can see we have a few options here, and also you can see that this is a gorgeous card. Why not just spring for this complete set right here, which is $468. This isn't actually a complete set, but a lot of the other cards are just energies, just so you know. I think a lot of these would get 9s, and maybe if we're lucky, we could get a 10, which would be awesome. But I do want to grade these so I can have them in my background. I'm going to show you how to check out very quickly. This is what the checkout page looks like. You can choose different types of plans. Let's do the additional, protective packaging for about $3, probably worth it on something this expensive. Also, if you sign up through the link in the description, you'll see an option to add a coupon here. So in that account, you can just choose the YouTube exclusive 2,000 yen discount coupon and it will automatically take that off. You can see here that it dropped the price by a lot. So it's a super easy coupon to use and I highly recommend it to you guys. The Buyee service fee on this is only $3, so like not bad at all. And we can of course use PayPal, which is really, really handy because depending on your credit card, you can get a discount through PayPal. I get 5% back right now when I buy through PayPal, so I'm so stoked about this. So we are submitting our order, and then once it arrives in their warehouse, we can have it shipped back to us, which is super easy, and you can combine shipments, which is gonna save a lot on shipping. So I highly recommend purchasing a few items, and also I recommend purchasing like higher dollar amount items to make it more worth it. And again, just a reminder to check out the link in the description with the 2,000 yen coupon for when you sign up. Super easy to use. I used it before from another YouTuber's channel when I signed up for Buyee, but you know, obviously you're gonna use mine, right? But going into our third tip, actually, this is kind of related to buying in bulk. When you're talking to sellers, you can see if they're willing to sell things to you not on eBay or other sites like that. Obviously, you don't want to violate eBay's terms of use, but if you know a seller has an Instagram account or something, you can definitely feel free to message them on there. And since eBay fees are about 13%, you could realistically ask for like a 5 to 10% discount. If you ask for a 5% discount, that's gonna be a really good way to guarantee that they're gonna say yes, because they'll actually be making more. And so you both benefit in that situation. And if you're doing this, don't forget, when you're using PayPal, use goods and services every single time, unless you really know and trust the seller. So that one I think is also pretty straightforward. The next tip I think is something that people talk about less, but if you're buying cards in person from an LGS, I would recommend bringing some cash with you, because not all, but some LGSs will give you a discount if you pay with cash, in that you don't have to pay tax. Obviously, you know, I don't advocate for tax fraud, but I advocate for taking advantage of store policies. So that's a great way to save, you know, as much as 10%, like if you're in Chicago and sales tax is over 10%. So I usually will bring like maybe like $20 to $50, or if it's a store I know I'm gonna spend a lot, maybe like 100, 200, really depends on the store. But that's another easy one to save some money. Also, you know, I don't see a lot of people talking about these types of ways to save money buying cards that don't really require a lot of creativity. They're just pretty much guaranteed ways of saving money. So, you know, maybe that's worth clicking the subscribe button. I've got a really fun idea planned for when or if we ever hit 5,000 subscribers. So feel free to subscribe. Thanks. So all these tips, again, are like super easy, and you know, in the cases that they work, like the shipping, relatively guaranteed. But this last one, honestly, I think is so good, which is to be mindful of how you're paying. So what credit card are you using? Because you should always pay with a credit card. Never carry a balance, always pay your credit card off in full, but this is a great way to build your credit and save money. So for example, I have different cards that I use for different things when I'm buying trading cards or things in general. So the one I use most often is a Bank of America cash rewards card, where you get to choose a category to have 3% cash back in. And one of those categories is online shopping, which is such a general category, but honestly so amazing. So all year round, I can save 3% back when I am buying online. I just recently also got the Citi Double Cash Rewards card, which gives 2% back on any purchase, which I can use when I'm in person. But then the best deal, I would say by far, is if you get the Discover It card. Also, of course, I have no affiliation with any of these, but the Discover It card has rotating categories. So for a quarter of the year, you can get 5% back on anything purchased through PayPal, which is absolute madness. When I was on Buyee earlier, I could purchase through PayPal. So I saved 5% on that purchase automatically. You can use it on eBay. You can use it on so many sites. Amazon is another category they have as well. So if you buy cards on there, you can use it that time of year. Right now is actually PayPal. So you can get the 5% deal right now. And also for your first year, they'll double your cash back. So you can get 10% back on trading cards, which is insane. Just any purchase on trading cards, you can get 10% back. And the reason that I feel comfortable recommending these to you guys is because they have no fees. None of the credit cards I just mentioned have any fees whatsoever. I am really into the credit card game. It's a great way to build your credit as well. And of course, you know me, I like anything involving numbers and trying to optimize things. So strongly recommend checking those credit cards out, not just for trading cards, but for in general. I think these are really solid credit cards, especially if you're looking for new ones or looking to build your credit. They have student versions of these as well, so I would recommend those to you guys as well. So comment below which of these you think is most helpful, or if there's anything I missed, because there are definitely things that I've missed. There's so many ways to save money online. Let me know what other ways there are to save money, because I'm always trying to save money. And also let me know what you buy on Buyee, if you buy anything, because I'm always looking for new ideas for things to buy. And again, thank you to Buyee for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check out the link in the description. Another great way to save money, use your Discover card to get that 5% back through PayPal, or the Bank of America one, you can get 3% back. Really great way to save some money. So thank you guys all so much for watching, and a special thank you to my patrons, including Chris, Jake, and Corey. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.